Germany's desperate attempts to broker a deal with China to soften EU car tariffs reveal a glaring hypocrisy at the heart of European trade policies as the EU attempts to shield its fragile automotive industry from the perceived threat of Chinese electric vehicles. The question arises, is Europe willing to sacrifice its principles of free trade to protect its own interests? German Economy Minister Robert Habeck's impending trip to China smacks of panic and weakness, a last-ditch effort to placate a powerful competitor while avoiding the inevitable backlash from within the EU itself. This move not only undermines the unity of the European bloc, but also exposes the frailty of its industrial giants, who despite years of dominance now find themselves trembling at the prospect of competition from the East. The double standards are blatant, the stakes are high, and the ramifications could be monumental. Stay with us till the end as we unravel this unfolding drama. Hello and welcome back to Innovative Check YouTube channel, where we delve into the innovative and transformative projects changing our world. If you're new to the channel and enjoy learning about innovation stories around the world, you've come to the right. Please subscribe, like, and comment to help boost our videos on YouTube. Germany's attempts to soften the blow of tariffs proposed by the EU has sparked significant controversy. German Economy Minister Robert Habeck is set to travel to China next week for talks, aiming to mitigate the potential fallout. The concern is that European automakers could face significant losses if China decides to enact retaliatory measures. The European Commission recently unveiled new tariffs that could impose up to 38.1% on Chinese battery electric vehicle PEEPs. German officials are actively seeking ways to ensure that these proposals do not come into effect. Last week, the European Commission announced a manufacturer-dependent tariff structure after investigating the financial aid each Chinese automaker received from its government. SAIC, the owner of MG, was hit with the maximum 38.1% levy, while brands like Geely and BAE faced 20% and 17.4% tariffs, respectively. However, Bloomberg reports that confidential discussions between officials in Berlin, the EU, and China might lead to a compromise before the proposed tariffs take effect, with a critical deadline of July 4. There is hope that both sides can find common ground, provided there is mutual willingness to make concessions. Many European automakers have expressed concern over the influx of cheap Chinese internal combustion engine (ICC) and electric vehicles. Despite this, most automakers are not in favor of the EU's proposed tariffs. Germany's car industry, in particular, stands to lose significantly if China imposes its own retaliatory trade measures. China's Chamber of Commerce to the EU has previously indicated that it would be prepared to apply 25 levies on imported cars with large engines. German Economy Minister Robert Habeck has voiced a strong desire to de-escalate the situation. He sees this moment as an opportunity to negotiate a resolution that could prevent a cycle of retaliatory tariffs. Habeck, who is set to travel to China next week for discussions with Chinese officials, has argued that any decision on tariffs should be made by politicians and not automatically enforced. The talks with China are being conducted by the European Commission, which also announced these talks, the German Economy Ministry stated in response to inquiries from Bloomberg. As usual, the government is in close contact with the European Commission. As the discussions progress, the stakes remain high for both sides. The potential for a trade war looms large, with the automotive industry at the forefront of the conflict. German automakers, already grappling with the challenges of transitioning to electric vehicles, face additional pressure from the potential tariffs. The proposed EU tariff are part of a broader strategy to protect European industries from what is perceived as unfair competition. Chinese automakers, benefiting from substantial government subsidies, can produce vehicles at lower costs, posing a significant threat to European manufacturers. Just a quick reminder to hit the like button below. YouTube has been restricting my videos a lot recently because of bots, so your like does help out this video massively in terms of the algorithm in YouTube. The backdrop of these negotiations is a complex web of economic and political considerations. On one hand, the EU aims to defend its automotive sector, a critical pillar of its economy, from being undercut by cheaper imports. On the other hand, China is keen to expand its market share in Europe, a lucrative destination for its growing automotive industry. The delicate balance of protecting domestic industries while fostering international trade relations is a tightrope walk that requires careful navigation. Robert Habeck's role as a mediator in these talks underscores Germany's pivotal position in the European automotive landscape. Germany, home to some of the world's largest and most influential automakers, has a vested interest in ensuring that its industry does not suffer from punitive trade measures. Habeck's visit to China is seen as a crucial step in finding a diplomatic solution to the impasse. The outcome of these negotiations could set a precedent for future trade relations between the EU and China, particularly in the context of the evolving automotive industry. As the deadline approaches, the pressure mounts on all parties involved to reach an agreement. The implications of a failure to compromise are significant, potentially leading to a protracted trade dispute that could have far-reaching consequences for the global automotive market. The EU's stance on tariffs reflects a broader trend of increasing protectionism in global trade, as countries seek to shield their industries from foreign competition. However, the interconnected nature of the global economy means that such measures often lead to retaliatory actions, creating a cycle of escalation that can be difficult to break. For German automakers, the stakes are particularly high. The industry is already navigating the challenges of the transition to electric vehicles, a shift that requires substantial investment and adaptation. The additional burden of tariffs could hinder this transition, making it more difficult for German manufacturers to compete on a global scale. The potential for increased costs and disrupted supply chains adds another layer of complexity to an already challenging landscape. If you are enjoying this video so far, please don't forget to subscribe, share the video, and comment. The negotiations between Germany, the EU, and China are a microcosm of the broader dynamics at play in the global automotive industry. The rise of electric vehicles, the shifting balance of power between traditional and emerging markets, and the increasing importance of sustainability are all factors that are reshaping the industry. As these talks unfold, they will be closely watched by stakeholders around the world, keen to understand the potential implications for their own markets and industries. The potential for a breakthrough in the negotiations remains uncertain, with both sides holding firm to their respective positions. However, the willingness to engage in dialogue and explore potential compromises is a positive sign. The hope is that a resolution can be found that addresses the concerns of both the EU and China, while avoiding the negative consequences of a full-blown trade war. The outcome of these talks will not only impact the automotive industry, but also set the tone for future trade relations between the two economic powerhouses in the broader context of global trade. The situation between the EU and China is a reminder of the delicate balance that must be maintained to ensure stability and growth. The rise of protectionist measures in various parts of the world highlights the challenges of navigating a globalized economy, where actions in one region can have ripple effects across the globe. The ability to find common ground and negotiate mutually beneficial agreements is essential for fostering a healthy and sustainable global economy. As the deadline for the proposed tariffs approaches, the pressure on negotiators to find a solution intensifies. The stakes are high, and the potential consequences of a failure to reach an agreement are significant. For German automakers, the outcome of these talks will have a direct impact on their ability to compete in the global market. The hope is that a resolution can be found that protects the interests of all parties involved, while fostering a positive and cooperative trade relationship between the EU and China. The ongoing discussions between Germany, the EU, and China reflect the broader challenges and opportunities facing the global automotive industry. As the industry continues to evolve, driven by technological advancements and shifting consumer preferences, the ability to navigate complex trade relationships will be crucial. The outcome of these talks will be a key indicator of the future direction of the industry and the broader global trade landscape. Thank you for your attention, and I welcome your thoughts and questions on this complex and vital subject. Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, please like and share the video and subscribe to get exclusive videos about how phenomenally China is developing and growing its influence. Your subscriptions and likes motivate us to generate more content, so please keep supporting us. Check out these videos showing on your screen right now, and I will see you on the other side.